Share your story. We all have a great story, and don't ever hide behind a story of shame or guilt or fear of like, oh my gosh, what if they found out? Yoo-hoo! Yeah, you know who it is? Yup, Dark 30, 5:30, and it is Thursday, and it is time for the Impact Q&A. And yep, rise and shine. Eyes up, rise up, I always like to say. And today is going to be a great day. Why? It's because it's today. Forget about the past. Forget about yesterday. You're as good as today. So let's use these next few minutes as an opportunity to get better. As a matter of fact, speaking of opportunity to get better, we're going to be talking about change. And in today's episode, I'm calling up a guy named Rick Oliver. Now, this guy lost close to 100 pounds. Close to 100 pounds. He's transformed his life. He's gone from a construction worker, 15 years of construction, and he heard a post I put out. He heard some content I put out. He's changed his life. He's now in the process of becoming a trainer. Now, folks, listen to that. He's lost close to 100 pounds. He has changed his life. Now, you think about change and how hard change is. I always say, you choose change or change will choose you. I talk about you can't change what's going on the outside until you change what's going on the inside. What are the things that you most need to change in your life? What are those things you need to change? And as you listen in today's conversation with Rick Oliver, think about what's the one thing that you would most love to change in your life to help you get you to your deepest purpose in life. My friends, you're going to love this episode. Let's go to the phone call now with Rick Oliver. Hey, is this Rick? Todd Durkin.
Yes, sir.
Todd Durkin.
How's it going?
How you doing, brother?
Good. How about yourself?
Hey, welcome to the Impact Show.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for hitting me up on the Instagram, brother.
Yeah, thanks for being who you are, man. You really inspired me.
Well, listen, folks, as we listen in, and the Instagram handle, I love it, J. Oliver Jr. 88. This is what he hit me up with. Hey, man, just want to let you know you're an inspiration to me. Watching Strong made me want to change my career from working construction for 15 years. I'm on my way to becoming a CPT, Certified Personal Trainer, through NASM. I recently started transforming my body from 305 pounds to now 219 pounds of lean, mean, wrecking machine. I added that in, by the way. And I'm still dropping. I'm hoping to bring hope to people who've lost it. Thanks for showing me the way. Hey, Rick, that is absolutely awesome. Thanks for the comment there. How can I help you today, man? I'm so pumped to talk to you. That's a massive transformation.
Yeah, it really was. It got to the point working construction where I was walking on trusses and not really trusting them to hold me. And so I had to make a change. And I started out just changing my diet. I went keto all the way and dropped about 40 pounds in 3 months. And then just kept working out, and now I've switched to Weight Watchers. I'm doing that with my wife, and I've dropped another 50 pounds almost. Wow. I'm actually down to 215 today. So,
wow! Well, congratulations. I got a couple questions for you, actually. Step me back. How did you get to 315 pounds? What transpired there that you're 305 pounds plus?
It was just not really caring. I knew I wasn't eating right. I knew I wasn't being active enough, and I just stopped caring. And it was just, this is what I am. This is what I'm going to be. I might as well deal with it.
How old were you? How old are you now, and how old were you when that was all going on?
I'm 31, and that went on all through my 20s, I'd say.
And was there an event, something that triggered it, like after high school or college, or was there something that happened that just you stopped caring about things? Or is it just kind of life beat you down?
Yeah, pretty much. Rough childhood, rough upbringing. When I was 5 years old, my mom was diagnosed with brain cancer. So, yeah, it was just a constant beat down pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Did your mom survive?
No, she passed away 3 years ago.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Was that part of the impetus for you changing?
No, honestly, not not trusting myself at work, and I've got an 8-year-old boy that's very, very active, very energetic. And I just found myself saying, no, not right now, but I can't right now. I don't have the energy. And it sucked to look at him and be like, okay, and kind of be let down, you know?
So what's driving you today? Is it the purpose to be healthier for your child?
Absolutely. That's absolutely a part of it. My wife's also pregnant with our second right now.
Wow.
And so.
Congratulations, Rick.
Yeah, thank you.
Huh.
So yeah, I mean, just being more healthy, being able to be there longer for my family than my parents were for me.
Yep. So I have 2 questions for you, and then if you have a question for me, obviously go ahead and ask. But number one, how is life different today than it was when you were 305 pounds, didn't care about anything, was feeling lethargic, sluggish, no energy? How is life different today?
It's a complete 360. I mean, I am up before my alarm clock in the morning, ready to go. It's a complete different world to me right now. It's crazy.
Okay. And if someone was in your shoes and they're, let's say, 50 to 100 pounds over where they should be, want to be, what would you say to them today? Something that you went through that was like the mindset shift that allowed you to finally say, enough's enough. I'm taking control of my life. It's today is the start of a new Rick, a new me. What would you say to that person?
I would say don't give up, because you can do it. Because dieting and exercising, I mean, I'm not going to lie, when you first get into it, it's not fun. You miss the candy, you miss the sodas, you're sore, you know, it's not fun, but it's worth it. You can do it.
And did you put your mind on something like the person you wanted to be or the body you wanted to have? Where was your mind going? Like when you know you've got an addiction to food or bad habits, and you know that you want something, but you can't do that if you want to get to a place. What were you holding on to? Was there a vision? What was it?
Yeah, it's actually, we went to Disneyland in October. And I told my wife, I was like, I want a 6-pack by Disneyland. I want to be sitting at the pool, and I want to look good.
Good old Walt Disney. Always working.
Yeah.
It all happens at Disneyland. I love it.
Me too.
So massive transformation in your own life. 305 pounds plus. You're down to 215 now. You went from construction of, 15 years to now becoming a trainer. What question do you have for me, Rick?
I would like to know how did you get yourself out there, get yourself promoted, I guess, to bring in clients?
Well, I think you're going to be the king of this, changing lives. You change lives. You change lives one at a time. And I think sometimes people think it's a magic wand, like it's an Instagram post or it's a Facebook post or a TikTok or a podcast. Like, listen, all of these things are great ways to reach people. But the way that I got myself out there was changing lives. And it's not just the pro athletes I work with. It's the everyday people of falling in love with the process of what I'm doing every day. See, nowadays, people often want that one thing. What I'm always saying is, like, fall in love with the process of changing lives. If you're a coach, if you're a trainer, if you're a life transformer, is change more lives. And by changing lives, people start talking, and it becomes authentic. And one of the reasons why I even do this podcast is because of the lives that we've changed through this. Is even like yourself. Somehow you found me, but you said also, hey, Todd's legit. He's authentic. He's in the trenches, changing lives. On that, by the way, I was changing lives this morning, right? I was coaching this morning. The bottom line, the way to get yourself out there is change more lives. The more lives you change, the more you'll get out there. So I would say, as you become a coach and trainer, share your story. We all have a great story, and don't ever hide behind a story of shame or guilt or fear of, like, oh my gosh, what if they found out I used to be obese and overweight and had apathy and depression, anxiety, stress, all those things. Guess what? That's called real life. And people relate to people that have been beaten down or been through a lot of adversity or hard times. So I would say magnify what you've been through. It's an amazing transformation story. What you have, Rick, is an amazing transformation story that has to be shared with the world. And when you do that, I promise you, you're going to impact a lot of people. So all of these different ways that you see now on social media are great ways to share your story. But the bottom line is focus on changing lives and genuinely finding your peace and your happiness in that. And I promise you, the world's going to find you instead of you finding the world.
Awesome.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your story, and if you can keep me posted on your whole transformation of 305 pounds in construction, realizing that this isn't the life that you want to live and lead, and you making the conscious decision and choice to change your life, getting your certification, and then training people, and ultimately you're gonna change thousands of people's lives, and that puts a big old smile on my face. So thank you for what you're doing, and I can't wait to hear about your successes both personally and professionally, man.
No, thank you, and I will definitely keep you posted.
Rick, thanks so much. Have a great day, brother.
All right, you too.
Peace and God bless.
You too. Bye.
All right. Man, you talk about impact, folks. I'm emotional thinking about Rick. You think about someone who's beaten, downtrodden, 305 pounds plus, over 100 pounds overweight, and the conscious decision of one day, enough's enough. He's at Disney World, at Disneyland, and he says, hey, I want to do this in 6 months. What's that light bulb moment for you? What's the light bulb moment for you that's going to say, enough's enough? I'm going to do this with my business, or I'm going to do this with my career. I'm going to do this with my relationships, or with my personal health and well-being, with my mindset. What's the light bulb moment? That moment you say, enough, I'm taking control of my life today. This is what I'm going to do. Here's the step that I'm going to take action on today. I'm not waiting another day to do what needs to be done so I could be all that I'm supposed to be. For me, that brings me just tremendous emotion thinking about that day that Rick said enough's enough, and the joy that he's going to bring to so many people's lives because of the transformation he's undergone. Hey, listen, sometimes when you're under a rock and you're so depressed and you're so down that, man, you don't even know if you can survive, and then you see a glimmer of hope, a little bit of light. That little bit of light you got to cling on to. Cling on to the light, and then know that when you have a great vision of what it is, it's day after day, establishing habits that will allow you to win, just like Rick Oliver has done. Guys, I'm so proud of this young man, and whenever I hear of a young life transformer, a young coach, a young trainer who's fired up, literally fired up to go change the world because of what he or she has been through, that to me brings me great joy and tremendous pride. So a huge, huge shout out to Rick Oliver today, and to all of you fire-breathing dragons, mind-right maniacs, and people who are climbing the mountain, who are saying, I'm deserving of more. I'm going to create more of myself. And when you do that, I know that the future is bright. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Hey, let me know. Did you enjoy this Q&A episode, reaching out on the phone with Rick Oliver? I love connecting with you, and whether you DM me on Instagram, whether you email me, just go to toddurkin.com/podcast, toddurkin.com/podcast, and I'm reading all of your comments, all of your questions, and I'm taking the ones which I believe are going to most tremendously benefit and impact the universe, because that's what this whole podcast is about. How can we light up millions of people? How can we light up bodies, minds, and souls, and have a crusade across the world, a global crusade to put more light, positive light into the universe? Guys, I can't wait to see you. It is going to be an awesome, awesome week. Peace and God bless.